for flexible cover that suits your individual healthcare needs.
He not only graduated with a double major in microbiology and applied sciences from the University of South Florida, but and apparently with a view to becoming a dentist. No, yes.
Well, you know, actually I wanted to be a doctor, but I was too dumb. I got a 3.4 grade point average, and it wasn't going to get me into med school, so I figured I'd go into dental school and then become an oral surgeon.
Okay, so apologies to all dentists who are watching the show. He didn't mean that, you know.
No!
Drake was also drafted by 2 professional baseball teams until an injury ended that career. What injury was that, Drake?
No, it's a long story. I broke my big toe. I broke it, and it went out like that, and they stuck it back in, and they shot it up a couple times a day, and at the end of the season, it just fell off. And so then this one started to be my big toe, and then it broke, and they replaced that. It's a lot. Then this shoulder went because I couldn't thrust off your toe anymore. See how the body's connected?
Yeah.
And then the doctors in my shoulder putting that back together, and then they said, you know what, you act more like a ball player and you play like one anyway, so why don't you go to Hollywood? And I know I'm with you.
And that's how it happened, huh?
That's how it happened.
Fantastic. So tell me about longevity, because you've been on the show for many, many years, still looking as good as ever.
Well, thank you.
What's your secret to longevity?
Thank you.
How do
Thank
you.
Well, like I said, anything in moderation. I believe you need to eat right, sleep right. You got to really love a lot. Very important. I have 4 children. I have grandchildren.
And you guys have done the same. Galen, Ariane, happily married,
10
kids.
Years. Yeah.
10 years.
What year is it? 12 years now.
12 years.
And your boys, what do they think of your character? I mean, it's, you know, to have a dad, it must be a bit of hero worship.
Yeah, well, right now they're, you know, 2 boys, 4 and 6, are an age where everything's like tanks and exploding things or whatever. And so one son's like, I want to go in the army. And the youngest one goes, no, you should be an actor. You could get shooted in the army.
And Ariane, a 3-year-old little baby. Yours,
Yes.
Not stolen, which is fantastic.
Not stolen. Yes, actually.
Does that change things? I mean, motherhood, you know, because we...
Gosh, it changes so much. And when I had the best pregnancy ever, I could not wait to get pregnant. The second I got pregnant and found out, it was like everything slowed down. So talk about decreasing your stress levels, and, you know, I have such an amazing relationship with my daughter, and I so knew my body. And I also worked 292 episodes the year I was pregnant. And I worked every single day, and my emotions were all over the place. And, you know, your body doesn't know the difference between your emotions. So I'd literally be, you know, have these emotional scenes, and then I'd have to step off stage and go, it's okay, sweetheart, and laugh, and like try to keep that, you know, positive energy. But meanwhile, my body's going back and forth like this, an emotional level. But it was really good, and I literally stopped to smell the roses. I would see flowers, and I think it just made a whole difference. Yeah. And morning sickness, I barely had it, and because instead my husband would make fun of me and throw crackers at me, and I'd start laughing. So then I never noticed being sick anymore.
You know, you said something right there that you could probably expound upon, and it's like she had to settle the baby down. It's because we do these scenes that are, your wife dies, you know, the exorcism, you know what I mean? You put yourself in these scenes, in your mind, I mean, you drop into these scenes. Does your body know the difference?
Right. I agree with you. There's something called cortisol that just goes right up when you're doing those scenes that
Absolutely.
you say. So you've got to come down. You're saying you smell the roses. Galen, what do you do?
It's tough. I mean, we were talking about this, actually. When you put yourself in that system, it's like trying to get out of there. There have been times when I pull up to my house and I'm not even going inside yet. I need to sit here and just chill out. Yeah. My wife come out, what are you doing in the car? I was like, I just need that, you know. Now those are sort of few and far between, thank God. I mean, this one actually has had these storylines that have been so, I don't know how you do it, you know.
It's only because she can. That's why they write the stories that you like.
Exactly. But it does affect you. You see, I mean, one of the things that I love, and I sort of go through peaks and valleys, is doing yoga. I mean, breathing, it's so important, and we forget to do it. You know, one of this guy said to me one time when I had these back issues, he's like, well, you're not breathing properly. And it totally changed my life. And since then, I haven't had any, really. And so that's one way to just de-stress completely, you know.
Well, and how do you stay in shape? I mean, we talked a bit about that earlier, but you've got long hours in the studio.
Well, you know, it's actually a godsend the way they've had to cut the budgets, and so we do more in less time. I mean, probably like we all do now. I mean, we have to stay alive, and so it's actually been great for us because we get more time off, the time where we can spend with our families and giving ourselves some time to decompress. It's been great.
Back when we used to shoot in 90-hour weeks, and think about that.
90-hour weeks.
Wrapping at 2 in the morning, back at 6. sleeping in the dressing room. When you would go home, you would come back, you would start at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I would get up at 4:45 and come in early. And that was your private time, because you can't go home and take it, oh, honey, hi, kids, I'm going to go to the gym for,
Yeah,
and just leave her with that. So that's your time at home with the kids. So you try to make it, your private time will be on your own time. Well, you got to get up early and go in and do it, because you know what? It's not written in the contract, but when you're a leading man, they make you pull your shirt up. They want to see something,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, same thing. I find a way, because I am so busy, so instead I make it family time. And I take Izzy out and Kyle, and we go on our walk, and we do it together. So now it's not only we spend quality time together while exercising, we all go to the grocery store together.
Wow.
And it's kind of corny, but we really get all that time together. So everybody's exercising, everybody gets out, our relationship grows, and yeah, so it's great.
And nutrition is huge, and we're jumping around all sorts of health issues now, but nutrition's big. And I don't know what the canteen is like on set, or if they really cater for your particular needs, or you have any issues with no simple sugars.
There's no catering.
Well, first of all,
it's coffee.
So we bring it ourselves,
You got to make really wise, healthy food choices, and you got to kind of really change your lifestyle if you want to embrace that. I mean, that's really important. And you need to really concentrate on nutritionally dense food. If you're only going to eat an X number of calories per meal, make sure those calories you put in your body are really premium fuel, and your body goes, oh, I can use that. I mean, you're going to look at a Twinkie or something like that, and it's like, that's nutritionally hollow. It's not going to do anything. It's just, it's really not my friend. You look at it and you go, this is my enemy. I don't like that. I don't want that. You're going to hurt me. You got to get a whole different mindset going. And it's just kind of the way I approach it.
That's fascinating. So we're going to be back in a moment. Before we do that, here's something to think about. If you can only make 4 changes in your life when it comes to longevity, do these. Stop smoking, increase your physical activity, moderate your alcohol consumption, and eat 5 servings of fruit or vegetables a day. Science shows that people with these 4 healthy lifestyle behaviors live an average of, listen to this, 14 years longer than people with none of those behaviors. Fascinating, and more to come after the break.
For flexible cover that suits your individual healthcare needs.